Passage 4, it has 4 questions, question number 19 to question number 22. Now this passage is a little tricky. It talks about multiculturalism and how it has to be understood as a in the right way, and how some of the advocates have misinterpreted multiculturalism and its nuances. And then the author goes on to talk about how human beings are shaped by their culture, or the culture they have been born into, and how it's impossible, almost impossible, for any human being to be completely free of cultural influence. Now let's look at the first question. Now question number 19 says, according to the passage, which of the given statements above is or are correct? Now the correct answer to this is, let's look at the statements. Statement 1, culture is intrinsic to the personality of a human being. This is mentioned throughout the passage. So this is factually correct. That is, we are shaped by the culture that influences us, and we can never be really free of it. Now statement 2 says, its proponents, that is proponents of multiculturalism, have often made the mistake. Now the author says sometimes made the mistake, not often. That's why this is factually incorrect. Option 3, human beings have the choice to reject a culture. It says that human beings can never completely reject a culture or completely be free of its influence. Hence, we don't, and it doesn't also talk about the choice to accept or reject a culture. Hence, option 3 is incorrect. Now, it is imperative that different cultures help each other. Now, this is also supported by the passage. So, the correct answer is C, 1 and 4 only. Question number 20. Again, it says, which of the inferences are valid? So it's an inferential question or conclusion based question. Now 1 says, most of the human beings simply accept the cultures they inherit or make thoughtful amendments to it. Now this is supported in the passage. If you look at the first paragraph and second paragraph, they both talk about it. Now 2, human beings reserve the right to discard a culture based on their own sense of judgment. The passage doesn't talk about the right or the choice that the humans make. It simply describes how culture is imperative in somebody's psyche or the creation of somebody's personality. Hence, only statement 1 is correct, and the answer to this is A. Question number 21. What are the core insights that multiculturalism provides? Mentioned in the third paragraph. Now, it spells out the political beliefs that define and shape a society. It's not true according to the passage. The passage doesn't talk about the political influence. It is critical to allow humans an opportunity to escape from a culture. The word escape here is misleading. It doesn't say that, and it in fact says that we can never really escape our culture. C says the inherent complexity in it makes it very difficult for its advocates to fully comprehend it. It says that they have sometimes misconstructed or misunderstood or misinterpreted multiculturalism. It doesn't say whether it's because of the complexity, and it also doesn't say that it was difficult for its advocates, and it doesn't also say it's for everybody. Some of them have misinterpreted it, but for the reason why they have done so, the passage doesn't make any comment. Now option D, culture is critical to every human being and every human is influenced by it. Now this is the central idea of the passage. Hence this is true, and the answer is D. Last question of this passage. According to the passage, human beings are, and we have to find out which of the options are correct. Now, products of the culture they inherit from birth or the one they willfully choose. This is true according to the passage. 2, uncritical of the values of the culture passed on to them. It says that the human beings can be critical, they can evaluate, they can make judgments on that. Hence, 2 is incorrect. Able to break free from the fetters that cultural conventions impose upon them. In fact, the passage contradicts it. The passage says that they can never be completely free from the fetters. Hence, 3 is incorrect. 4, blasphemous about the cultural aspect of their lives. Now, blasphemy means a sin against religion or God. It's considered to be the highest degree of sin, and the passage doesn't even talk about that. Hence, the correct option is A, that is 1 only.